Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. Let's have a look at Yamato Takeru Kai, and he is the latest impossible of the new Kai series of impossibles. And then if you beat the mission, you will get one guaranteed drop of the new Kai version, which can take an Ableberry, and then also comes with a random bump combo, 1 of 5. And then gimmicks here are warps. That's the only main gimmick. There's also a lot of laser barriers and then pinching. And then the weak points of this mission, they don't especially give any extra damage, but if you hit the characters with weak points where their weak point is not, it will do almost no damage. So we definitely want to aim for the weak points. Okay, to talk about the team that I'm using, first I'm using Meliodas Ascension. He is a bounce with null warp. He also has Counter Slayer, so whichever enemy hit him last, he will pick up the Slayer for that, so that's good. And then his attack is pretty high anyway, so he'll be a good damage source throughout this mission. His bump combo is the one where he shoots 3 waves at everybody, and then he shoots 5 waves at every weak point. So that's almost perfect for this mission. His strike shot, he gets a speed and power up, although I debate that. And then he also has these claws that hit what are near him. Next up I'm using Marishten. He is the impossible drop monster. He is the wood element, so he gets the elemental advantage here. Also bounce with null warp. He has recovery S to keep my HP up. His bump combo is the cross laser, and there are a lot of laser barriers, but where they are not, it can be a good damage source, especially into the boss's weak points. And then he has a strike shot, where he creates a small area, and then he kind of flies around in there. And that can be really good to kind of concentrate the area that he moves, so that hopefully we can get lots of damage into the weak points. Next I'm using a Fuyo Evolution, one of my new favorite characters. She is also a bounce with null warp. She has a 4-turn strike shot where she can become a pierce. And then that's useful like in a situation like here, where she is trapped. So she can move around easily, set off bump combos, pick up hearts. Or she can, just go directly for a weak point to do damage that way. And that's an easy way to use that. And then she has an X laser, which just like Marishten is not useful everywhere, but can be a good damage source in the boss's weak points. And then my friend is Baha, Transcendent, another bounce with null warp. He has the Demon Slayer so that he can do extra damage to the blue demons. He has the Barrage Shotgun bump combo and also a piercing spread, both of which are very powerful. And the piercing is very nice because that can go through guys and then hit a weak point. So, and then he has a strike shot where he kind of bounces around and then shoots out lots of triangles, and then those are piercing as well. So that can also get good damage into weak points, even if it goes through other guys. Okay, so basically what we are looking for is weak points on the demons, on the dragons rather, where we can get at them. So in some cases it'll just be us and the weak point, so we just go up and down and then do the damage that way. If we are lucky, then the weak points will appear in places where we can pinch in between them and the homing absorbers. And then, yes, we do want to get rid of the blue dragons, or the Bahamutes, because they will revive the other guys, and then they also have some semi-damaging lasers. There's another good example of a Fuyo strike shot. We just went straight for the Bahamut's weak point and then took him out. And then the other guys that we want to keep an eye on are the blue demons. They have their white blasts, of course, just like every other blue demon. And then, yeah, we want to get rid of the Bahamuts as soon as possible. But of course we want to get rid of the blue demons as soon as possible. So I would say just look at your positioning and then see where you have the better shot. But give priority to the blue demons is what I would say. Okay, and then these early stages, I would say it's very worth to stall in order to charge up your strike shots and then get gold hearts. So we're going to do that here with Baha. We're just going to do an up and down attack. So we do not grab the heart. Okay, here, I probably should have grabbed both hearts, but I wasn't thinking. Actually, this run was at the end of the 2-hour window. I just kept trying and losing, and then my concentration was kind of lagging here at the end. But thankfully we got the clear, so... I am not very good at this type of quest. The other quest that plays pretty similarly to this is Arcadia. And yeah, same idea. You just want to get rid of all of the guys around the boss. And then once they're gone, you want to do damage into the boss's weak point. And yeah, still have never beaten Arcadia. And then, yeah, because this one plays similarly, it took me a long time to get through it. Meliodas and Marishten are good choices for this quest. But Friol, as much as I love her, she's not the best. She's off element in particular, and that really kind of hurts her. She doesn't do as much damage as all of these other characters. Meliodas, he is off element as well, but he does have the counter slayer, so that really helps him. Okay, so that's the kind of damage we can do if we get a concentrated hit on the boss's weak point. And then that space in between the homing absorber at the bottom and then Yamato Takeru, it's a little bit too wide to pinch in there. So the kind of angle that I use there, where it's mostly just kind of up and down, that's the best angle to use in there. And then here we see the homing absorber on the right. Again, there's too much space in there, so we want to do a left and right rather than a 45-degree angle pinch. Okay, still not taking down the Bahamut. He's going to hit us with his big laser. He got 3 of our guys, so that was pretty good damage. Okay, but here we'll get some good damage on the boss, also pick up the heart, so that's nice. And then with Fuel, let's just go straight for the boss's weak point, and then also pick up the heart. And yeah, if depending on the luck of your character that hits the boss's weak point, they can generate items. So that's a good thing to keep in mind, since we'll be going for the weak point a lot. Okay, so here the weak point was right in front of Baha, and it was tempting to try to go after it, but I did the smart thing. I went for the demon in the corner there. We'll do the same thing with the Meliodas here. That's really good. With Marishten, let's use his strike shot. And then his strike shot charges up so quickly that really whenever you have a good chance to use it, it is worth using, I would say. So, alright, 17 damage, 17 million damage, not too bad. Okay, with the Friol, thankfully we got the weak point, so let's go after that. Very good. And yeah, the placement of the weak points for the Bahamut. It's always random. Well, it's one of 2 places, but you don't know if it's going to be top or bottom. So in that sense, this mission is a little bit luck-based. Because if your positioning is always poor on the Bahamut's weak point, then that can really make it more difficult for you. Okay, but now that all of the demons and the Bahamuts are gone, we can just concentrate on the boss. Okay, perfect. So again, there's too much space in between the homing absorber and the boss, so we don't want to do 45-degree angles if we can. We want to do much more shallow angles. Okay, first boss stage. The only shot that I saw that Friel had was to pinch in between the wall and the demon, so we got rid of him. And then with Baha, thankfully we got the weak point, so let's take down the Bahamut there. And then Meliodas doesn't really have a shot. We could do like a crazy random 45-degree angle and just see what happens. But we decided to do a shallow angle and just kind of get a couple hits in on the weak point. Okay. Okay, so with Marish then, I have a chance to pinch either in between the top wall and the Bahamut, or else the homing absorber and the Bahamut. Wasn't able to make either shot. With the Friol here, let's just do an up and down. As you can see, I'm really concentrated on getting the Bahamut. So decent damage there, and then some of the weak point lock-on wave, so that was pretty good too. Okay, the blue demon is back, so we definitely want to keep him in mind. So we're going to ignore the Bahamut for now, just do some damage to the blue demon. Okay, with the Meliodas here, we can go nearly straight up and then get in between the wall and the Bahamut, so that is good. And yeah, taking down the Bahamuts is always good, because they do not revive. Everybody else revives, but not the Bahamuts, so... Every time I take down one of them, I feel a little bit more relief. Alright, countdown is getting low on the blue demon, so let's try to focus on him. Okay, we'll pick up Meliodas' bump combo. We'll use the corner so that we can return the way that we came, and then take down the blue demon. Alright, so now it's just us and the boss, so we'll focus on getting hits in on the weak point. Bach didn't really have a shot, so we'll just pick up the heart, and then do a crazy angle. And thankfully we were able to hit the weak point a couple times, so that was okay. And yeah, if you do not have a good shot where you can just go back and forth and hit the weak point, it still might be worth, you know, just kind of bouncing off the wall and then hitting the weak point once. Just because that one time is better than nothing at all. And then here I was debating whether to use Marishten Strike Shot or not. I went ahead and used it because, again, it charges up pretty fast, so... Okay, there goes that. Okay, second boss stage, same thing here. We'll try to get under the Bahamut. Whoops, not quite. Okay, we'll pinch in between the demon and the homing absorber. We didn't really have a shot on the Bahamut, so... Okay, Meliodas' turn. Not a lot we can do here. I'm going to try to bounce off the wall and then get underneath the demon, but that's not going to work. Oh, and one thing about Meliodas' strike shot. I haven't tested it thoroughly, but I think it does more damage when you don't hit anything, if that makes sense. What I mean is that he has these two arms that come out, and then he will swipe at whatever enemy he comes near. And so, if you don't hit any enemies, his speed will stay very high for a long time. And so if you're just kind of grazing a weak point, then you could, you know, get that high speed and then get many, many hits on the weak point. I'm not able to show it in this video, but maybe if I get like a good example of that, I will show that off. Okay, so that was an example where I didn't have a good kind of easy shot at the weak point. So we did like a 45-degree angle, just in order to hit it once, and then we were lucky enough to kind of come back and then hit it a couple more times. So, alright, here with Friol, let's use her Pierce just to hit the weak point directly a couple times. And we'll also get Marishten's laser in there, so that's decent damage. And then with Baha, let's hit Meliodas right in front of the weak point, so all of the weak point shots will go into there, and that's good damage again. And again, not really a good shot, so let's kind of curve around, maybe hit some bump combos, see if we get any direct hits. No, but still, decent damage. Alright, once again, not a good shot. We'll try to curve around Yamato Takeru. Not quite. Okay, and then the boss's super attack is coming, so let's pick up the pace. With Fuel, we'll become a Pierce. We'll go up and down and go through the weak point a couple times. And we did get the critical hit, but I don't think it was in the weak point. Okay, then here we have a decent shot at the weak point, so we'll take that. Yikes, one turn left, cutting it a little close. So let's hit the weak point here and then clear the stage. Alright. Okay, last stage. Strike shots are charged up, but HP is a little bit low. Okay, and this one's a bit tough. We got 2 demons and 2 Bahamuts, so we'll look at what shots we have that are the easiest, and we'll take those. Okay, with a Friol here, I see a good chance to pinch in between the demon and the wall down there, so let's do that. Okay, very good. Alright, we have a good shot at the Bahamut's weak point, so let's go ahead and take that. I'm still keeping the demon in the back of my mind, but... Alright, so there's that, that's good. Okay, with Meliodas, let's see if we can get rid of the blue demon. Very good. Okay, now we should see if we can get rid of the Bahamut down there. I will bounce off the wall on the right, hopefully get under the Bahamut. No, not quite. Tough shot. Okay, with the Fuel, we'll just get rid of the blue demon, that's fine. And then with Baha, I think we'll do the same. But yeah, pretty soon I want to start getting some attacks in on the boss. Okay, so here with Meliodas, let's use his strike shot. And he's not quite close enough to Yamato Takeru's weak point to do attacks there. Maybe he got one. But we got most of the attacks into the Bahamut, which is what we were hoping for. Alright, so now it's just us and the boss. We will go after the weak point here. With Marishten, if I could have gotten in between the homing absorber and the boss, that would have been great, but somehow never hit the weak point once. Oh well. Okay, with the Friol, this is pretty good positioning. Let's pick up the boot and then the sword, and then see if we can get some hits in on the weak point. And yeah, it's definitely easier for Pierce monsters to do damage to the boss than bounce monsters. But you need bounce monsters for all of the pre-boss stages and things, so... Alright, let's use Baha's Strike Shot. And yeah, all of these little triangles are piercing, so they all have a chance to hit the weak point, even if you're on the other side of the boss. Okay, so there we did not have a great angle, so we hit the wall and then hit the weak point, and then we hit it a couple more times, so that was a successful turn. Alright, with Marishten, that was not a very good shot. I should have gone under the boss. Okay, we got 2 turns until the boss's ultimate attack. Let's hit the weak point with Friol. More laser damage. Okay, last turn before the ultimate attack. Let's see if we can get that with Baha. And thankfully we can pick up the boot, so that'll give us more speed and more hits, and there we go. That was pretty difficult for me. I don't know if I'm going to play that one again. Maybe if I get some better monsters. Alright, but that was Yamato Takeru Kai. And then, yeah, we will get the one guaranteed drop, and then in our other chest there's a chance at the regular Yamato Takeru. And then this character, he comes with one of 5 sub-bump combos. They are the Cross Laser S, the Rebound Laser S, the Slice and Dice, the Lock-on One-Way Laser M, and then the Meteor Destruction. These are all sub-bump combos, and Yamato Takeru is also a power type. So all of these are much less powerful than a standard bump combo. And then as for which one would be really good for him, again, just like with the Kushinada Kai, I thought about like missions that he goes to and like what kind of sub-bump combos would really help him. And again, none of these bump combos are super necessary. The character is already really good itself, and you could use any sub-bump combo and just be fine. But then I was thinking about floor 36 of the Tower of Champions. And in there, you want to set off counterattacks of the galaxies. If you hit the galaxies, they will shoot out the healing walls. However, they have laser barriers around them. So if you use Yamato Takeru in that quest, his lock-on one-way laser will not go through. And also then the 3 of the sub-bump combos, the cross laser, the rebound laser, and then the lock-on one-way laser, they will also not work. So if you were thinking specifically about floor 36, then the Slice and Dice or the Meteor Destruction could be the best. But still, neither of them are really ideal for that quest. I would have preferred a spread shot or a homing shot. But yeah, in order to get through the laser barriers, I would say the Slice and Dice or the Meteor Destruction. And yeah, just thinking about laser barrier quests in general, those 2 sub-bump combos I think would be the best, because they would kind of raise Yamato Takeru's versatility. But yeah, as we can see here, I got the rebound laser, which I'm not super happy about. But maybe in the far future, when I get some better Hatcho monsters, I will try this quest again. And then as for Ableberries, of course, Sidekick. So that's that. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.